Welcome to the session on cloud computing and its application. In today's session, we will talk about module number 4, chapter number 8. Name of the chapter is Data Intensive Computing, Map Reduce Programming. In particular, we'll be talking about programming platform. Programming platforms. Platforms for programming data intensive applications provide abstractions helping to express the computation over a large quantity of information, and runtime systems able to manage efficiently huge volume of data. Traditionally, database management systems based on the relational model have been used to express the structure and the connections between the entities of a data model. This approach has proven to be not successful in case of big data, where information is mostly found unstructured or semi-structured, and where data is mostly likely to be organized in files of large size or a huge number of medium size files rather than rows in a database. MapReduce programming model. MapReduce is a programming platform introduced by Google for processing large quantity of data. It expresses the computation logic of an application into two simple functions, map and reduce. Data transfer and management is completely handled by the distributed storage infrastructure, that is the Google file system, which you have already seen in our previous session, which is in charge of providing access to data, replicate files, and eventually move them wherever it is needed. Therefore, developers do not have to handle anymore these issues and are provided with an interface that presents data at a higher level as a collection of key value pairs. The computation of MapReduce applications is then organized in a workflow of map and reduce operations that is entirely controlled by the runtime system, and developers have only to specify how the map and reduce function operate on the key value pairs. More precisely, the model is expressed in the form of two functions which are defined as follows. Map of K1 and V1 gives a list of K2 and V2, whereas reduce of K2 and list of V2 gives list of V2. That is, the map function reads a key value pair and produces a list of key value pair of different type. The reduce function reads a pair composed by a key and list of values and produces a list of values of the same type. The types K1, V1, K2 and KV2 used in the expression of the two functions provide hints on how these two functions are connected and are executed to carry out the computation of a MapReduce job. The output of map task is aggregated together by grouping the values according to their corresponding keys and constitute the input of reduce task that for each of the keys found, the reduce the list of attached values to a single value. Therefore, the input of a map computation is expressed as a collection of key value pairs, that is K1 and V1, and the final output is represented by the value of as list of V2. We will understand this more by taking some of the examples in our coming slides. Before that, we will understand how MapReduce computational workflow. So diagram showing MapReduce computational workflow. Explanation goes like this. The user submits a collection of files that are expressed in the form of a list of K1 V1 pair, that is key value pair, and specifies the map and reduce function. These files are entered into a distributed file system supporting the map reduce, and if necessary partitioned in order to be the input of a map task. Map task generate intermediate files that stores the collection of K2 and list of V2 pair, and these files are saved into the distributed file system. The MapReduce runtime might eventually aggregate the values corresponding to the same keys. These files constitute the input of the reduce task, which finally produces the output in the form of list of V2. The operation performed by the reduce task is generally expressed as an aggregation of all the values that are mapped by a single key. The number of map and reduce tasks to create the way in which the files are partitioned with respect to these tasks and how many map tasks are connected to a single reduce task are the responsibility of MapReduce runtime. Also, the way in which the files are stored and moved are the responsibility of the distributed file system supporting MapReduce. The computational model expressed by the MapReduce is very straightforward and allows a greater productivity for those who have to code the algorithm for processing huge quantity of data. This model has proven to be successful in the case of Google, where the majority of the information that needs to be processed is stored in textual form and represented by a web page or log files. Some of the examples that shows the flexibility of MapReduce are as follows. First one, distributed grep. The grep operation which performs the recognition of pattern within text stream, is performed across a wide set of files. The map reduce is leveraged to produce a parallel and fast execution of this operation. In this case, the input file is a plain text file, and the map function emits a line into the output each time it recognizes the given pattern. The reduce function aggregates all the lines emitted by the map task into a single file. Second example is count of URL access frequency. MapReduce is used to distribute the execution of web server log parsing. In this case, the map function takes as input the log of web server and emits into the output file a key value pair, that is URL and the count, for each page access recorded in the log. The reduce function aggregates all these lines by the corresponding URL, thus summing the single access, and the output will be URL and the total count pair. So in this way we will get which are the URLs and how many times it has been accessed. Third one is reverse web link graph. In reverse web link graph keeps track of all the possible web pages that might lead to a given link. In this case, the input file are simple HTML pages that are scanned by the map task, emits the target and the source pair. For each of the link found given in the web page source, the reduce task will submit all the pairs that have the same target into target and list of source pair. The final results is given one or more files containing these mapping. Fourth one, we have term vector per host. A term vector recaps the most important words occurring in a set of documents in the form of word and frequency, where the number of occurrence of word is taken as a measure of its importance. MapReduce is used to provide a mapping between the origin of the set of documents obtained as the host component of the URL of a document and the corresponding term vector. In this case, the map task creates a pair of host and term vector for each of the text document retrieved, and the reduce function aggregates the term vector corresponding to the document retrieved from the same host. Next we have inverted index. The inverted index contains information about the presence of words in the documents. This information is useful to allow fast full text search if compared to a direct document scans. In this case, map task takes as the input document, and for each document it emits a collection of word document ID. The reduce function aggregates the occurrence of the same word, producing a pair of word and list of IDs. And last one is distributed sort. In this case, MapReduce is used to parallelize the execution of a sort operation over a large number of records. This application mostly rely on the properties of the MapReduce runtime, which sorts and creates partitions of the intermediate files rather than in the operation performed in the map and reduce task. Indeed, These are very simple. The map task extracts the key from the record and emits a key record pair for each record. The reduce task will simply copy through all these pairs. The actual sorting process is performed by the map reduce runtime, which will emit and partition the key value pair by ordering them according to the key. In general, any computation that can be expressed in the form of two major stages can be represented in terms of MapReduce computation. These stages are analysis and aggregation. In analysis, this phase operates directly to the data input file and corresponds to the operation performed by the map task. Moreover, the computation at this stage is expected to be embarrassingly parallel since map tasks are executed without any sequencing or ordering. Aggregation. This phase operates on the intermediate results and it is characterized by operations which are aimed at aggregating, summing and or elaborating the data obtained at the previous stage to present it into its final form. This is the task performed by the reduce function. The diagram shown in the slide shows the Google MapReduce infrastructure overview. I will explain you step by step how it actually works. First point, the MapReduce library in the user program first splits the input file into M pieces of typically 16 megabytes to 64 megabytes per piece. It then starts up many copies of the program on a cluster of machines. Second point, one of the copies of the program is special, the master. The rest are workers that are assigned work by the master. There are M map tasks and R reduce tasks to assign. The master picks idle workers and assign each one a map task or a reduce task. Third point, a worker who is assigned a map task reads the content of the corresponding input. It parses key value pairs out of the input data and passes each pair to the user defined map function. The intermediate key value pair produced by the map function are buffered into the memory. Fourth point, periodically the buffered pair are returned to a local disk partitioned into R region by the partition function. The location of these buffered pair on the local disk are passed back to the master, who is responsible for forwarding these locations to the reduce worker. Next, fifth point, when a reduce worker is notified by the master about these locations, it uses a remote procedure call to read the buffered data from the local disk of the map worker. When a reduce worker has read all its intermediate data, it sorts it by the intermediate key so that all the occurrence of the same key are grouped together. The sorting is needed because typically many different keys map to a same reduce function. If the amount of intermediate data is too large to fit in the memory, an external sort is used. Sixth point, the reduce worker iterates over the sorted intermediate data, and for each unique intermediate key encounter, it passes the key and the corresponding set of intermediate value to the user's reduce function. The output of the reduce function is appended to the final output file for this reduce partition. And last point, when all map task and the reduce task have been completed, the master wakes up the user program. At this point, map reduce call in the user program return back the user code. This is how the Google Map Reduce actually work. Next we will see the variations and extensions of MapReduce. MapReduce constitute a simple model for processing large quantity of data and imposes constraint on how distributed algorithms should be organized in order to run over a MapReduce infrastructure. Although the model can be applied to several different problem scenarios, it still exhibits limitations mostly given by the fact that the abstraction provided to process data are very simple and complex problems might reduce considerably effort to be presented in terms of map and reduce functions only. Therefore, a series of extension and variation to the original MapReduce model have been proposed. They aim at extending MapReduce applications space and providing an easier interface to developers for designing distributed algorithms. In this session, we briefly present a collection of MapReduce like framework and discuss how they differ from the original MapReduce model. First one is Hadoop. Apache Hadoop is a collection of software project for reliable and scalable distributed computing. Taken together, the entire collection of an open source implementation of the MapReduce framework supported by Google File System like distributed file system. The initiative consists of mostly two projects, Hadoop distributed file system and Hadoop MapReduce. The former is an implementation of Google File System while the later provides the same feature and abstraction of Google MapReduce. Initially developed and supported by Yahoo, Hadoop constitutes now the most mature and large data cloud application that have a very robust community of developers and users supporting it. Yahoo runs now the world's largest Hadoop cluster composed by 40,000 machines and more than 300,000 cores made available to academic institutions all over the world. Besides the core project of Hadoop, there is a collection of other projects somehow related to it providing services for distributed computing. Next one we have PIG, platform allowing the analysis of large data set developed as an Apache project. It consists of a high-level language for expressing data analysis program coupled with the infrastructure for evaluating these programs. PIG infrastructure layer consisting of a compiler for a high-level language that produces a sequence of MapReduce jobs that can be run on a top of distributed infrastructure such as Hadoop. Developers can express their data analysis program in a textual language called as PIG Latin. which exposes a SQL-like interface, and it is characterized by major expressiveness, reduced programming efforts, and a familiar interface with respect to MapReduce. Next we have Hive, is another Apache initiative that provides a data warehouse infrastructure on top of Hadoop MapReduce. It provides tools for easy data summarization, ad hoc queries, and analysis of large data sets stored in Hadoop MapReduce files. Whereas the framework provides the same capability of a classic data warehouse, it does not exhibit the same performance, especially in terms of query latency, and for this reason does not constitute a valid solution for online transaction process. The major advantage of Hive resides in the ability to scale out, since it is based on Hadoop framework, and in the ability of providing a data warehouse infrastructure in environment where there is already a Hadoop system running. Next one we have MapReduce Merge, an extension to MapReduce model, introducing a third phase to the standard MapReduce pipeline. The merge phase that allows efficiently merging data already partitioned and sorted by map and reduce model. The MapReduce merge framework simplifies the management of the heterogeneous related data sets and provides an abstraction able to express the common relational algebra operation as well as several join algorithms. Last one we have Twister, an extension to the MapReduce model that allows the creation of iterative execution of MapReduce jobs. With respect to the normal MapReduce pipeline, the model proposed by the Twister proposes the following extension. Steps goes like this. First you have to configure map, then configure reduce. While the condition holds true, run in a loop, that is run MapReduce, apply combine operation to the result, update the condition, and come out of the loop. Besides the iterative MapReduce computation, Twister provides additional features such as the ability to map and reduce tasks to refer to static and in-memory data. The introduction of an additional phase called combine run at the end of MapReduce job that aggregates the output together, and other tools for management of the data. Next we have alternate to MapReduce. Besides MapReduce, there are other abstractions that provide support to process large data set and execute data intensive workloads. To different extent, they exhibit some similarities with the approach represented by MapReduce. First one is Sphere. Sphere is a distributed processing engine that leverages the sector distributed file systems SDFS. Rather than being a variation of MapReduce, Sphere implements the stream processing model and allows developer to express the computational in terms of user defined function, which are run against the distributed infrastructure. A specific combination of UDFs allow Sphere to express MapReduce computations. Sphere strongly leverages the sector distributed file systems, and it is built on top of the sector's APIs for data access. User-defined functions are expressed in terms of programs that read and write streams. A stream is a data structure that provides access to a collection of data segments mapping one or more files in the SDFS. The collection of UDFs is achieved through the distributed execution of Spear process engines, which are assigned with the given stream segment. The execution of master-slave model, that is client controlled. Spear client sends a request for processing to the master node and returns the list of available slaves, and the client will choose the slaves where to execute. Spear processes and entire distributed execution. Second one is all pair, an abstraction and runtime environment for the optimized execution of data intensive workloads. It provides a simple abstraction in terms of all pair function that is common in many scientific applications. Syntax shown here. Example of the problem that can be represented into this model can be found in the field of biometrics, where similarity matrices are composed as a result of comparison of several images containing subject pictures. Another example is constituted by several applications and algorithms in data mining. The model expressed by the all pair function can be easily solved by the following algorithm as shown in the slide. The last one we have Dryad LINQ. Microsoft research project investigating programming models for writing parallel and distributed programs to scale from a small cluster to a large data center. The aim of Dryad is to provide an infrastructure for automatically parallelizing the execution of applications without requiring the developer to know about the distributed and parallel programming. In Dryad, developers can express distributed applications as a set of sequential programs that are connected together by means of channels. More precisely, Dryad computation can be expressed in terms of a directed acyclic graph where nodes are the sequential program and verticals are represents the channels connecting such programs. Because of this structure, Dryad is considered a superset of MapReduce model since its general application model allows expressing graphs representing MapReduce computation as well. An interesting feature exposed by Dryad is the capability of supporting dynamic modification of graph and of partition, if possible, the execution of graph into stages. This infrastructure is used to serve different applications and tools for parallel programming. Among them, Dryad is a programming environment that produces Dryad computation from the language integrated query extension to CHash. The resulting framework provides a solution completely integrated into the .NET framework and able to express several distributed computing models including MapReduce. So in this session we have seen the programming platform, that is what is MapReduce computational workflow and also seeing Google MapReduce infrastructure overview and variation to the MapReduce and alternate to the MapReduce. In the next session, we will talk about Aneka MapReduce programming. All the content of the slides has been taken from the textbook Mastering Cloud Computing written by Rajkumar Bhuiya. Thank you.